Well, bloody hell, this has been just one of those days, really. Okay, boom. So, day one, meal one. If you've seen any of my other diet vlogs I did before, you'll probably know what this is going to be. Eggs on toast. I am starting to change this up a little bit more than before, but it just happens to be that on day one, eggs on toast is the thing that I do again. Eggs, maybe not always with toast, but eggs will continue to be my breakfast for life. I guess if I were to eat only one food for the rest of my life, that'd be it. Alright, so already a mess up so far this morning. The plan was to have that late breakfast that you've already seen. After doing some work, do a bit more work, and then go to the gym around lunchtime, straight after breakfast. But the missus, who I was going to go to the gym with, has failed me, and she is going to get a scolding for that. But anyway, she's going to be late, so I'm going to have something else before I go to the gym. And the problem with that is that there's not, I guess there is quite a bit in the fridge, but all this salad and stuff, I don't really want to be eating like within an hour or two of training, because it's just going to sit in at your stomach. So probably going to grab some chicken and make a little sandwich or something. Part one is a good old apple, and part two is mustard, cream cheese and burger sandwich. They are like low-fat chicken burgers. I think they're like 50% soy meat, but they're good, and they're good on macros, and they're quite light, so eat them, get about some coffee in me, get ready for the gym, and then I'll head off. So post-workout, it was a good session actually, better than I thought. I thought I was going to go into it really knackered, and I did go into it really knackered, but it seemed to get better as the session went on. Didn't do as many sets as I had planned because of the stress, but it's all good. And then we've come home and I've got more stress because I haven't got any sort of rice ready and prepared. So whilst that's cooking, I've got some porridge with frozen berries, because you should always have porridge with frozen berries, because it cools it down and means you can eat it quicker, and it makes it taste good as well. Boom. That is a proper post-workout meal. Chicken, rice, refried beans, Nando sauce, and then some salad thrown on for micros. This might actually have to be also, well, bloody hell, this has been just one of those days really. And if this isn't typical why this has been one of those days, you know. So obviously I cut out there because I was filming on my phone, which then ran out of battery. So now I've switched to my camera, which then ran out of space. And then the SD card, memory card in it, then just decided to corrupt on me. So I've been fiddling around with that for 30 minutes. What I was trying to say was that that meal is not only my post-workout meal from the gym session, it's also going to be my pre-workout meal for my training session. I try and get my high days, or all of my high intensity stuff, in the same day, so that my CNS, my central nervous system, can recover for the other days. I'll go into this in more detail in another vlog, but basically think of it as 3, maximum 4, no, probably 3 high days a week of high intensity training, and then 2 or 3 days of low intensity, and then the others are complete rest days. That allows you to perform at a high intensity, make lots of gains, and then still do other stuff on low days and still make progress, but you don't absolutely knack yourself out after 2 or 3 weeks. So that's the idea of my program, that's the idea of what we're doing. Hopefully that all makes sense. Yes, I also said vlogging. I'm going to try and do one of those every single day for the foreseeable future, because what we're trying to do is not just look at my gym, what I'm doing in my gym, but my day-to-day life, and just give you guys a preview or a insight into how I go about my daily business. And if you can pick out anything, probably one thing each episode, I'll also go in and talk, I'll give some chats during these vlogs, and hopefully you guys can find them entertaining, but also quite informative. I want, every episode, you should have one thing that you should be able to take away from it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll answer them in future episodes. I'm still getting to the Q&A that I promised in my 1,000 subscriber vlog, or 1,000 subscriber video, and I will get to that. So anyway guys, that's explaining what I'm trying to do here. Yeah. Alright, back in from pre-season training. It was a tough one, but not too tough. Like, everything was games. Difficult to measure how hard it was, but I'll put it around like a 7 out of 10 difficulty. I've ordered some food and it hasn't quite arrived yet, so you'll hear that or see that in a sec. But first, as soon as I got back in from training, I've got some, can you see that? There you go. Some beets or beetroot, which is a great post-training snack. So really good to take some of that or eat some of that after fitness. And then, yeah, I've got my big meal for dinner coming up. That is Archer, and I didn't want to record this whilst the episode was still on, because I don't like doing that with TV. Like, if I'm watching it, I have to watch it like properly, and I can't sort of zone out and do other stuff. I like to just watch, even if it is minor stuff like Archer. Anyway, dinner is served. We have bread and eggplant dip, and then I threw the salad on myself, and then it's a beautiful mixed grill. So I'm going to eat all of this and drink that, and I'll see you in a sec. Yes, that was a good feed. Love having a good feed for dinner because it sends me to bed full and happy. Was going to have a nighttime snack of yogurt, but all of that meat it's filled me up, and actually it's made me hit my macros perfectly, especially in terms of protein. So rugby training was done again after a plyometric session, all of which I've included. Hopefully you found it insightful and informative and enjoyable, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow.